morning. Have you ever done stargazing? If you notice lying down under a star, sun, and so many billions of galaxies, if you're just lying down on the grass and you notice, there are billions of galaxies, and each of the galaxy is filled with again billions of stars, isn't it? So one fundamental question that often comes to us is, where is the end of the universe? But my question had been slightly different. Where is the center point of it? Where is the focal point of it at all? So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I welcome you today to explore a new dimension on this question of the center of the universe. Let me start with a story. A few years back, when I was in the United States, attending a seminar on meditation, there was a leisure day and we all decided to go on an outing. So if you visited Washington DC, the capital of the United States, it is one place which has these huge museums. Yeah? Even touring one block would take you almost one day. But my interest was the Air and Space Museum, the Science Museum. After really seeing those demo real-sized rockets, and there are a few counters which let you touch the meteorites that fell on the earth, and the life-sized LED screens that show how the solar system works and the universe and the life of a star. After going through all of these, there was one thing on the first floor that caught my eye: planetarium. Yeah. So we went to that show, which has this dome-like ceiling, and you're sitting under that. You feel as if you are floating in the space. They shared in that show how ever since the Big Bang Theory, the universe has been expanding uniformly throughout every moment. And they also mentioned that there is one focal point in the center which could be filled with immense energy, infinite energy. And that is the reason for every change that we see in the universe. Now, of course, the museums take you back in time, and that particular show in the Air and Space Museum actually took me back in time to my childhood. When I was very young, my parents, whenever I was down with fever, would take me to a medical clinic, and I hardly have any idea about how the doctor looked, but I have a very strong impression about how the injections were painful, yeah? And stronger impression about how it smelled. But the strongest was the impression that lasted for a very long time was something that was mentioned on that one of the walls there. It went like this: whether some challenge in life or some pain, whether down with fever or flu from rain, you can change anything in this world, and the answer is when you go to the center of the universe. So this stayed with me for a long time, that I could actually change anything that I wanted in my life by going to the center of the universe. Now what if I could really reach there, and what if, how would that be if there was a solution in the center to everything? Over a period of time, as I grew up, one fine day I was watching this show on the Discovery Channel which said the same thing, center of the universe. And going through that, they shared the same thing, that how the center could have immeasurable energy and it could be filled with infinite light there. After the show got over, I turned the Discovery Channel off, but my discovery of really finding the center started from within. The few years passed by, I kept inquiring, I kept searching, but never found really answers for any of this, and then that started fading out of my mind. But when I was one fine evening returning from office to home, I stopped at a red signal light, and there was a billboard, a hoarding advertising board. It said, to change your universe, go to its center. And there was a phone number. Of course, I contacted and I reached and got to know that what they meant was, if you want to change your life or the world, reach the meditation center. Yeah, it was a meditation center. Nevertheless, I was already excited and interested ever since I watched this movie, The Kung Fu Panda. How the panda finds a master and the life changes from there. Yeah. So I was very much interested in really having a master. I noticed there is a coach for everything. Whether you want to learn tennis, whether you want to learn to go gymming, or you want to learn swimming, you have a coach for every single thing. But how about life? A coach for life. So this meditation center and the master that I met there actually started transforming a lot of things. I noticed there was some world within already that all of us have, whether we sometimes acknowledge it with awareness or sometimes not. There is a world, there is a universe of our thoughts, emotions. People also live in the universe, right? We keep thinking about different people, different situations. And with more and more meditations, I realized that what I had been living earlier, sometimes the mind getting stuck in the past, sometimes in the future, had got a lot of emotions. Like from the past, there was often this anger or regret. Or each time the mind was stuck in the future, there was anxiety or fear. But with more and more practices, I was getting more centered. Yeah, I was of the universe that is within, and that has started reflecting on whatever was the universe on the outside. Now, why would I say this? We often think that the control of the universe that we have within is in our hand, but is it really like that? For instance, let me request you to close your eyes for a few moments right now. If you may all close your eyes. And now, with your eyes closed, think of a beautiful beach, the blue sea, waves crashing. You're sitting on the sand. Now, do not think of a monkey sitting next to you. You can think of anything you want in this universe, but do not think of a monkey eating an ice cream. Okay, you may slowly open your eyes. Now, what came in mind? The monkey eating an ice cream? For most of us, it could have been the monkey. See, do not think of a monkey and the monkey comes in mind. So, do we really have control over the universe that we have within? Maybe yes, maybe not. But with these practices, I started discovering altogether a different dimension of something that was within. Yeah. So at times we are living in this physical universe, and then there is a mental universe within. And in dreams we create another universe. So we are actually living in a multiverse, isn't it? And there needs to be a center of every single thing that we are. So this discovery of reaching the center did not stop there. With more practices of meditation, I noticed that I was getting more and more innovative in what I did, more creative. Energy levels were going super high, and everything I did from this center was majorly successful. And this was authenticating somewhere that I have a center within. I have something within which is really responsible for all the progress I suddenly started making. Yeah. But then I could tell nobody that I have a center within, and this is the center of, the mental universe. Fast forward a few years down the line, here I was sitting in a space museum, and on the screen came a scientist who said, this center of the universe, that the whole universe is expanding as a focal point from, is you. Every single person is a center of their own universe. So this was more like really authenticating or feeling more confident about what I had been feeling throughout. That I am the center of my universe, and each individual is the center of their universe. Whether it is the mental universe or the physical universe on the outside. And interestingly, whatever happened on the universe within immediately reflected on the universe on the outside. So we may not be able to change everything that is happening out there, but we can always handle what is happening within. Yeah? For instance, imagine if you were with your friends in Switzerland, on a holiday, or maybe to Ooty, and you're having best of your time. It's a very scenic, beautiful view there. But for some reason, there is an argument, and now nobody is talking to each other. No friend is talking to the other. Would you enjoy the trip? Maybe not. On the other hand, imagine you are walking down a very sunny, hot afternoon, and you come across and meet your childhood friend. How would that make you feel? Joyful? Happy? Yes? So you see, notice what happened. You did not enjoy even in Switzerland, and you felt so happy and grateful and so joyful even on a hot summer afternoon. Now why did this happen? Because the center of the universe within went for a toss on a holiday, and it became so elevated even on a hot summer afternoon. So whatever is happening on the universe outside is nothing but the reflection of the universe that is inside. Now we may not be able to control or handle everything on the outside. You cannot control what your boss tells. You cannot control the climate. You may not be able to control the person who left you. Yeah? You cannot control many things around. But it is time to relearn and rethink that there is one thing we can change, and that is the man in the mirror. And that is the universe within, which is actually reflecting whatever is outside. Now you have a dream, you have a family, you have friends, you have desires, you have goals. You have a lot of things connected. Now, one thing that is common in all of this is you. Now, we may not be able to change all the things all the time, but something that is common which is binding all of this, and that is you. And that is something I noticed can really start changing when we focus on the focal point, the center of the universe, which is within. Now, over a period of time, they started making a lot of changes within, and that started making a lot of changes on the outside. And this, my dear friend, what I want to share, it is time to relearn, to reshape whatever life we are leading by starting from within. And our ancient people have always told that the answer that you are looking for on the outside is already within. Yeah? And sometimes the answer is already in the question. So who is the center of universe? You are the center of universe. The answer is already within the question. Yes. So my name is Ashwin Patel, signing off from the stage, from the center of the stage to the center of each of you, wishing you a thank you.